Good morning, students. Good morning, all. Due to the heavy rain, our so many friends are maybe today absent. Oh, yeah. Wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, everyone is audible me. Everyone is audible me or not? Yeah. Wait for 2 minutes. Why? Because our friends may join or not once we are. Wait for 2 minutes and please give your attendance who are there. Aditya and Sujata, Shreya, welcome. Yeah, it is a whiteboard only. Due to the light and due to the light problem, maybe the board is not appear properly today. No light now. Yeah, there is no links are coming from the school. You log in through the app, and afterwards only you get live in that. Good morning, all the students. Now we are going with our whatever the yesterday's we concluded. There is about the chemical equations. What is the chemical equation? We are completed, and as well as there is how to represent one chemical equation. That is also we are already completed. Yes, and now we are going with the our how we are balancing our chemical equation. That is a very important. Yes, and here we are taken that information first. What is that? We are taking here. Yes, a balancing of a chemical equation. It's a very important balancing of a chemical equation. Yes. Yeah, for the balancing purpose, we compulsory take some steps, Nana. Yes, there is a what we take somewhat steps here for the balancing purpose. Before going to the balancing of chemical equation, whatever the equation in unbalancing position it is there, it is called what actually? It is called skeleton equation. It's called what, Nana? Skeleton equation. It's nothing but when you take, there is a what one equation, H2 plus O2 is gives rise to what actually H2O. Yes, this equation is called what actually skeleton equation. Means what? It is not a balancing. Why we are taking the balancing of equation first thing? Yeah, the first thing why we are taking the balancing because of yes follow the conservation of mass principle here. You know very well what is the conservation of mass. Conservation of mass principle. Okay, for the satisfying the conservation of mass principle only, we are going with the balancing of a chemical equation. Yes. Yeah. There is a what? If board is not clear, I am changing the classroom. It's a clear or not? It is clear now? Yeah, it is now we are going to the chemical balancing the equations. Before going to the balancing of equation, yeah, why we go with the balancing of equation actually? Okay, clear or not all the students? And here balancing of equation are nothing but here why we are taken the balancing of equation, that is only first we have to should follow the conservation of mass law. Okay, we have to should compulsory conservation of mass law. Yes, be concentrate on these things. Yes, all the students, it is a very precious time for you. Yes, why you are waste of your time? I have not understood. Some particular stupid fellows are again chatting. Yes, then why are you coming to the class? Huh? We are hiding the chart. Why? Because the class going into disturb. I am not appear your chartings. Actually, it is seen by your principals and is seen by our who is observer of this live classes are there. Huh? We are hiding, and that is not appear to me somewhat. After completion of class only, it will be appear to me. Yeah, there is a what actually. Yes, there is a conservation of mass law is a compulsory. It's a very important as for us. Yes, and now there is a what is the conservation of mass law? You know very well what is the conservation of mass law. In 9th class only you are completed. Yes, what is that? Balancing of a chemical equations are nothing but what actually? Why we go with the balancing? Yes, then you write one chemical equation like this. H2 plus O2 is gives rise to what actually H2O. Here it is a balancing equation. It is a balancing or not here. It is balancing. It is not balanced equation. This equation is a called what? Nana? This equation is a called skeleton equation. Okay, na? Why it is a called a skeleton equation? Yes, whatever the number of atoms or number of chemical substances involved in a reaction, the same number of products are not there. Same number of atoms are not contained in a product side. Okay, that is only gives that what actually skeleton means what? Actually, whatever the required things are there, that will be not available. Okay, now that is only called a skeleton actually. Without the things, it is called a skeleton. Okay, clear not all of you? Yes, a human skeleton is nothing but there is no face, there is no looks like nose, there is no looks like hair, there is no looks like this hands like that. Nah. Yes, actually whatever the product is required, that will be not there. Okay, here there is in that our conservation of mass law also what it states actually. There is a whatever the number is involved in the which one the reactant side, the same number it is not available in a product side. What it is called actually conservation means what? Constant it is. It is not changes. Conserved. Remains changed is only called a conserved. You know very well. Conservation of energy law, conservation of mass law, okay, na? Conservation of momentum law. There are the conservation is nothing but that whatever the particular quantity is there, conservation of mass, conservation of energy, it is remains constant. It is not changes. The value is not changes. That is only called conservation. Here, apply the conservation principle. Suppose when you take a conservation of energy law, energy is not created by us, energy is not destroyed by us, but energy changes from one form to the another form. Total energy of the universe remains constant. That is only called what, Nana? Conservation of energy law. I hope you all are understood. Conservation of energy law, nothing but what, Nana? There is a what? Energy not created by us, energy not destroyed by us. Okay, na? But energy changes from one form to the another form. You have in your 9th class this conservation of energy law. Once recall that law. Okay, clear or not, all the students? I hope you are already you have it here. Conservation of mass law is nothing but what actually? Conservation of mass law is nothing but what actually? Yeah, mass is not created by us and mass is not destroyed by us. But mass is changes from one form to the another form. That is only called what? Conservation of mass law. Okay, clear on all of the students? And nothing but whatever the mass is created by, it is already created at the time of the formation of universe only. Okay, clear or not, all the students? Yes, already it is conservation already. Yes, it is when at the time of a universe it is there, it is already clear. Yes, it's actually it is yes, created at that time only. Now it is not created. Again not created it is. Okay, now it is just now there is a what it is going on. Mass is not created by us and as well as the is not created and as well as yes, mass not created and not destroyed. Okay, clear not all of you? It is not destroyed. Means what? There is a what? Whatever the two molecules are there, hydrogen, there is a two molecules of oxygen is there here. Okay, clear not? Two atoms are there here. There is a what we are considered here. There it is two hydrogens are there here. Only one oxygen is there. Only one oxygen is there. Clear or not all of you? How many atoms are there this side? In our reactant side, 4 atoms are there. How many is there here? 3 atoms only there. According to the conservation of mass principle, mass is not created and mass is not destroyed. You know very well. What is the mass? What is the mass? Who is made the chartings? Please tell me the answer. You not make like these things. You concentrate on that things only. Yeah, there is somewhat students may happy new year. He get the new year. 2020 is completed for him. What is the mass? Mass is nothing but matter contained by the particles. Okay, clear or not all of you? Matter contained by the body is only called what? Mass. Yeah, in this one, there is hydrogen is contain 2 atoms. You know very well already in the fundamental class I have given about this all the things. Hydrogen contain 2 atoms and as well as oxygen is also contain 2 atoms. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes, 1 atom contain, yes, suppose hydrogen is there. How many number of particles are there inside it? Okay, now how many fundamental particles are there inside it? There is a what? It is a contain 1 proton, 1 electron and as well as 1 neutron. Clear or not all the students? As oxygen is a contain how many number of particles inside it? Fundamental particles. 1 oxygen is a contain 8 electrons, okay, 8 protons, yes, and as well as 8 neutrons. Okay, clear? Everything is a contain its individual mass. You know very well. 1 proton mass is a what? 1 proton mass. How much 1 proton mass? 1 proton mass is 1.67 into 10 to the power of, okay, now minus 27 kgs. 1 proton mass. Okay, now and as well as 1 neutron mass. Okay, clear or not all of you students? 1 neutron mass of proton and as well as the mass of neutron. It is about 1.868 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kgs. And as well as 1 electron. Okay, clear or not all of you? 1 electron is contain how much mass? 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kgs. Okay, clear or not all of you? Minus 31 kg. These are the mass of an individual proton, electron and as well as the neutron. Okay, in our oxygen, there is how many electrons are there? 8 electrons are there. Now how many protons are there? 8 protons are there. How many neutrons are there? 8 neutrons are there. They combined together, it is called as a mass of our oxygen. Yes, please students, the mass is totally different from weight. Already you know very well in a 9th class. Don't confuse here. The mass is totally different from weight. In your gravitational lesson it will be there. Okay, now mass is the quantity of matter contained by the body. Weight is nothing but gravitational force acting on the body. Your mass may be 60 kgs, the weight is not become 60 kgs. 60 into 9.8. The weight is nothing but W is equal to M into G. Okay na? So many members of students are right like that. Weight is totally different from mass na. Understand all of you students? The weight is totally different from mass. Yeah, all the students, if you required any notes, you go with our study material. Clear? Go with the study materials now. Otherwise, please send your number to me. I am sending the notes to you. Why? Because there is already I have taken lot of time for that first lesson. Okay, now please send your requirement of a notes. Yes, to this particular my number I am sending you for this first lesson class. You compulsory take that material na for the 10th class. It's a compulsory essential na. Our material is a good. We'll take the what very efficient material and highly presented material. Yes, for this purpose, first you have to send for examination purpose. I'm sending the notes to you. Okay. Yeah. Now there is a what actually? There is a mass is not created and not destroyed. Clear or not all of you? Mass is not created and as well as the not destroyed. Okay now. So and as well as one more thing is what Nana there is mass is changes. Mass is changes from one form to the another form. When you consider here hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, clear or not all of you? Oxygen is a contain 8 electron, 8 protons. Hydrogen is a contain 8 electrons and 1 electron and 1 proton and 1 neutron. And when you come to here also compulsory, there is a what actually hydrogen is nothing but like this we are considered 1 electron and as well as what 1 proton. Like this it will be there 1 electron, 1 proton, 1 neutron. And here 2 hydrogens are there into 2. Plus oxygen is there here. Yes, how many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. Clear or not all the students? There is how many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. Okay, clear or not all the students? 2 oxygens are there. Okay, automatically when you take oxygen like this, there is how many are there here? 8 electrons plus 8 protons and 8 neutrons are there. When you come to in that our equation, okay now H2O, then the what already 2 hydrogens are there here. Again 2 hydrogens are there. Means what? 2 protons, 2 neutrons and 2 electrons are there here. Understand all of you for hydrogen. But oxygen, only 1 oxygen is there. What is there? Only 1 oxygen is there. Understand all of you? 1 oxygen is there. Nothing but here 16 electrons, 16 protons and 16 neutrons are there. But when you come to here, there is a no 16, only 8 electrons, 8 protons, 8 neutrons will be there here. So where it will be goes according to the conservation of mass law, we are not created any hydrogen here, we not created any oxygen here, but we not also have possible to destroy it. But when you observe this equation, one oxygen looks like a destroyed, but it is not destroyed. Okay, clear? Yes, it will be not balanced. Just to be not mentioned, that's it. Understood all of you? But that mentioning purpose compulsory we have some particular system, particular manner only we have to mention. Sir, I want to mention there is as my like only, it is not correct actually. Whatever the desired thing is there for me, okay now on my desired degree only I want to mention that number, it is not correct. Compulsory we have to follow some particular process, that is only called actually balancing of chemical equation. Balancing of chemical equation. Understood or not all the students? The conservation of mass law. Conservation of mass law is nothing but the mass is not created by us and mass is not destroyed by us, but mass is changes from one form to the another form. One form to the another form. Clear or not all the students? Here there is these two, how many numbers are there? 2 hydrogens are there, 2 oxygens are there. There should be compulsory that right hand side also. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes, when you take here, there is a for your right hand side also compulsory. There is a 4 all compulsory. 4 atoms are compulsory. 2 hydrogens and 2 oxygens also compulsory. In any chemical equation, not only this equation, in any chemical equation, in case there is a whatever the reactant side atoms are there, reactant side atoms are there, in a new products whatever form, the same atom numbers compulsory should be there. Otherwise that equation is not called a balanced equation, it's a called unbalancing equation. Okay now? Yes, this is a very very important. Why we are going with the balancing of equation? This is the question. Why we are going with the balancing of equation? Why? Because if we satisfy the conservation of mass law. Okay, clear or not all of you? We want to satisfy the conservation of mass law. For this purpose only, we have to go with our balancing of equations, balancing of chemical equations. Okay, this is only about actually introduction of our balancing of equation. Now that is we are going with our actually next concept, that is only how to balance the equation. How to balance the equation. Yeah, any doubts are there Nana about conservation of mass law? Yeah, anyone is required total explanation? Okay, now let's go with the reply now. Just simply, when you are, why we are balancing the equation? Why we are balancing equation? For the satisfying, conservation of mass law, we are go with the what actually balancing of chemical. We go with the balancing of chemical equation. Okay now? Yes. There is a lot, it is a chemical equations lesson. Some particular students are asking the lesson name. Chemical equations. 8 electron, 8 protons, 8 neutron, not understand. You know very well what is the oxygen atomic number. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. Yes. And as well as hydrogen atomic number is 1. Okay, now oxygen is contained inside it 8 electrons, 8 protons, and as well as the 8 neutrons. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes, 8 electrons, 8 neutrons, and in your 9th class it is there already. Okay, now yes, there is a like this structure will be there for oxygen. Okay, clear or not all the students? Yes, there is inside it, there is a protons and neutrons are there at a nucleus. 8 electrons, 8 protons and 8 neutrons are there in oxygens. Okay, now that is only gives the mass for oxygen. That mass is not destroyed and mass is not created by us. Okay, if in our equations it looks like a destroyed. That's why only we are going with the balancing of equations. Clear or not, all the students? This is only about a conservation of mass principle. Okay. Now there is, we'll go with that balancing of a chemical equation. Yes, how to steps involved in the balancing of a chemical equations. Steps for, okay, na, balancing of chemical equation. All the students, you should compulsory go with the what our recording classes in our app. Okay, now there is I am given clear explanation for you. Okay, now if you are not go with this our live classes, if any difficulty is there in a live classes, once you check in a recording classes, there it will be given somewhat animation format also I am given to you. Yes, once check it with that lesson. Okay, clear or not, all the students? Steps for a balancing of a chemical equations. Somewhere I have given notes also in our chemical equations lesson purpose. I have given notes also. Once go through it. Okay, clear or not? Yes. And now there is a what steps for the balancing of a chemical equation. How many steps are involved in this? How many steps are involved in this? There is the first step is you should compulsory write the chemical equation. Step 1. Okay, now you write chemical equation, write chemical equations for chemical reaction, chemical reaction, chemical reaction. Clear or not, all the students? Write the chemical equation for the chemical reaction. Means what? Already you know very well. What is the chemical equation? Whatever the chemical reaction you have to take, yes, that chemical reaction. Okay, now that chemical reaction is contains what actually symbols of chemical formulas, mathematical operations, and as well as some special symbol. Suppose now there is a water formation is taken as a what actually there is a H2, yes, a plus O2, hydrogen gas, and as well as oxygen gas. One is mixed with another one. It's formed as H2O. This is only the first step now. You have to should write chemical equations. Okay, now chemical equations for the chemical reactions. Clear or not, all the students? You should write a chemical equation for the chemical reactions. And once next come to the step 2. Yes, this number of steps it is depending on you and as well as whatever the may be. Yes, some members have taken a 3 steps, some members have taken a 4 steps, some members have taken a 5 steps. It is not a compulsory. Yes, as your desired degree you have taken steps, but yes, myself I have taken a 4 steps now. In the step 2, yes, what we are concluding in the step 2, yes, calculate, yes, reactant number of atoms, reactant side how many number of atoms, and as well as how many number of atoms are there in a product side. Okay, now yes, calculate number of atoms, calculate number of atoms LHS and as well as RHS of equation. Okay, here are not all of you. Otherwise, there is a what we are considered as reactant side and as well as the product side. Reactant side and product side also. Clear or not all of you? This is the second step we are considering now. Calculate number of atoms present in a reactant side and as well as the product side also. Okay, what is there? It is here. It is a called what? Reactant. It is a called reactant. It is a called what actually? Product. It is a called product. Reactants and as well as the products. What is the reactants are there here? Okay, clear or not all of you? What is the reactants are there? How many reactants are there here? How many products are there? Okay, there is how many reactants are there? Okay, now 2 reactants are there. Reactants. First you write atoms. Yes, reactant number. and as well as the product number. Okay, clear or not all the students? Reactant number you have to write and as well as the product number also you have to write here. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes, what is the atoms are there here? Hydrogen is there and as well as the oxygen is there. Okay, clear or not all of you students? Hydrogen and as well as oxygen. Okay, yes, how many numbers are there for the reactant side? 2 number is there. Here also 2 is there. As how many numbers are there product side? Here 2 and here 1. Okay, clear or not all of you? Now this is the second step we are considered. And come to here third step. Come to here third step. Okay, yes, step 3. Yes, you consider here step 3. In the step 3, you multiply with one coefficient. Clear or not all the students? Multiply the coefficient for the product side or reactant side up to balancing. Clear or not all of you? Multiply with the coefficient. Multiply with any coefficient is coefficient of unbalanced number. Multiply with the coefficient unbalanced atom number. Atom number. Clear or not all the students? That is only the third step. Nana. Understood not all the students? I hope you are understood. Yes, third step what we are consider? Yes, multiply with the coefficient of unbalanced atom number. Okay, here there is a what is unbalanced thing is there? These oxygens are unbalanced. Okay, clear or not all of you? These oxygens are unbalanced. That oxygens are only, yes, we have to, yes, multiplied in the third step. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yeah. Now there is we take the what actually, yes, atoms and again reactant side and as well as the product side again. Okay, clear or not all of you? And here there is a what we have here, there is a atoms are, yeah, there is a hydrogen and oxygen and here 2 and 2 is there and 2 here you know very well, here 2 is there, multiply with the 2 again. Okay, clear or not all of you? 2 into 1. It is now there is a what yes, you once take it out in a step 4. Okay, clear or not all of you? Once take it here in a step 4. Yes, that reactants are otherwise yes, products are same or not. Reactants and products are same or not. Yes, there is a what it is now. There is a what here is also 4 and here is also 4. Now you write our equation. Our whatever skeleton equation is like that. Okay, clear or not all of you? What you conclude here? There is a you take here 2 into here when you multiply here automatically 2 into H2O will be get for us. Okay, clear or not all of you? When you multiply with oxygen 2 into H2O. Now it is a balanced. It is a balanced. No. Again what is going on in a step 3? Yes, again what is going on? There is a 2 oxygens are there. But when we multiply with these 2, yes, here also you have to multiply with these 2 now. Yes, you do not directly multiply as H2O is there. In this one you not multiply here like this. Okay, that's why there it is again unbalanced only. It is again unbalanced only. So then what we have to do? Up to balancing. Up to balancing. Okay, now you have to continue the process. Understood all the students? Up to balancing, you have to continue the process. Then what we are consider again here H and as well as the O and the number is where the number at yes reactant side and as well as the number here reactant side and as well as the product side. Here product side, how many hydrogens are there? 4 hydrogens. How many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. Okay, now how many oxygens here? 2. Okay, but hydrogens are not balanced. How many is there here? 2. So then multiplied with the 2. Okay, clear or not all of you? Automatically now our equation is become what? 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to H2O. Okay, clear or not all the students? Like that we are conclude our equation. At that time only it is called a balanced equation. Okay, clear or not all the students? This is only about our chemical equation balancing. Okay, I hope you all are understood. There is the 4 steps are involved in this one. First you have to write here. First you have to write the chemical equation. Okay, first you have to write the chemical equation. Then next you have to write there is a whatever the atoms are there, right hand side and as well as the left hand side. Okay, clear or not all of you students? Yes, right hand side and as well as the left hand side. How many number of atoms are there? Okay, now yes, yeah. There is a what? When you consider there is a reactant side, there is a number of atoms. Suppose here 4, but here there is only 3 before that. Okay, now. But when you come to here, which one is not balanced? Hydrogens are 2 are there. What is the required? Oxygens are 2 are all required. But hydrogen is not individually it is there. Not individual hydrogen is there here. It is in a mixing with the oxygen as a water. That's why it is not divided now. That's why multiply total substance with into 2. Okay, now automatically that is become 4. Okay, now that is become 2. That's why this multiplication and division. Sometimes we may use the division also, but most probably we are not using division. Yes, here multiply and as well as the divisions. Okay, we are using here. Yes, there is when you are taken a multiplied here, automatically it become 4. Again in balancing. This like that you continued up to balancing all the atoms. Okay, clear or not all the students? Like that only we are multiplied again with the what? Some sign reactant side. Now the products are become balanced. Okay, somewhat balanced here. Okay, now because of the product multiplication, there is a what is the going balance and balancing, the reactant side balancing. That's why there is a what we are conclude. Here we balanced this reactant side also. That's why again multiplied with the one more coefficient. At last, in a 4th step, there is any common coefficient is there. Yes, suppose any common coefficient or nothing, but here also 2, here also 2, here also 2. Otherwise, somewhere. Okay, now this equation may also written as what? 4H2 plus 2O2. Okay, now gives rise 4H2O. It is also may written like this also. At that time, by 4, by 2 when we make it is, divide by this particular coefficient. And now automatically it is become 2H2 plus O2 and it gives rise to 4H2O. So 2H2O. Yes, this is the 4th step. In the 4th step, most probably it is balanced or not. Otherwise, as compulsory nana. Yes, when it is given for the 4 marks, compulsory. When it is given for the 4 marks, you have to write in a table only. Okay, and one more thing. In case you are not go with the table, may you get confusion. Okay, compulsory you have to go with the table only. Yes, thank you one and all. Already our class time completed. Tomorrow we'll go with the combustion of propane. Yes, combustion of propane. Yes, balancing of a combustion of propane and how our chemical equation is more informative. Okay, thank you. Bye. Take care.